you should definitely go and see Superman 2025. I've got several reasons, and I'm going to detail those for you in a couple of minutes after I give you some of the basics about this movie you've been hearing so much about, and maybe you've even seen it. So I'm going to start with real basic stuff. I'm going to pretend you don't know. Who made this movie? This movie was made by James Gunn. So James Gunn was with Marvel for years. He wrote and directed the Superman movie. He also wrote and directed Guardians of the Galaxy for Marvel. And that's his big claim to fame. He was very successful with that. And I believe now he is the head of DC Studios. So he and another guy have taken over there. They're trying to turn things around and make DC movies as good as the Marvel movies were, because they've been struggling over the past years. So that's who made this movie. By the way, please do subscribe if you're new here, or if you do want to help the channel out and continue to grow a little bit. So next I'll tell you who is in the movie, because I never heard of this guy. It stars David Cornsweet. Now, he's been acting for many years, almost 15 years, according to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database. And he's been in a lot of things, most of which I've never seen. I never heard his name before they started promoting this. He is great in this role, though, and I think it's going to be a great series of movies that they're going to be making. So he stars as Superman. Starring as Lex Luthor is Nicholas Hoult, who you'll remember from the zombie romance, the Zomcom Warm Bodies. You'll remember him from Mad Max Fury Road. He also played Hank in the X-Men movies as well. So that's Nicholas Hoult. And then you've got Rachel Brosnahan, whose name I did not know. I don't watch the marvelous Mrs. Maisel, not my cup of tea, but I know that's a very acclaimed show, and she's very talented, and she is great in this role. But I think something you might find interesting, because I know I did, there were a lot of Guardians actors that were in this. You've got Michael Rooker has come over. He plays one of the non-human characters in this, as does Pom. Her name escapes me, but she's also in it. And there are some other people, including James Gunn's brother, who has a little blurb in here. So that's who you're going to see. And now you're also going to see Nathan Fillion from Firefly and many other things, and then some newcomers whom I'd never heard. I don't read the comics, so these other metahumans, as they're called, were all news to me. Now, this is where the comic book nerds are in the know, but the average everyday moviegoer is not going to have any idea. The average person is not going to know all the ins and outs of this. They're just going to see the movie for what it is. What is this movie about? What they're doing here, it's James Gunn is rebooting the franchise. It's his first go after the Zack Snyder era. So this reboot of the original superhero, Superman, going back all the way to, I believe, 1931. I mean, darn near a century. And I've heard this is based more on the comics than the original movies that I loved when I was a kid in the 70s and still love. But it's definitely much different than the Snyderverse, as they called it, the Man of Steel movies, which I did like, but they were darker. They were still cool, but this is a whole different deal. It is truly a reboot. Where does the action take place? Like most Superman movies, the action mostly takes place in Metropolis, which has always represented New York City. Okay, now it also takes place in, I guess I'll call it a type of parallel dimension type place, where Superman is fighting off Lex Luthor and his super goons, which you'll see, and Superman is assisted by, I guess the nickname of the group is the Justice Gang. You've got Hawk Girl, and you've got Mr. I don't know. I'm not sure what his name is. It says Fair Play on his sleeves. cool guy, great character, kind of steals some of the scenes. And then you've got Nathan Fillion as a Green Lantern character who's pretty campy. You know, he's a little out of shape and a little goofy, but it all kind of works, if you ask me. So that's what's going on in this movie. And so there's a few things I want you to know. And these, I guess you could see, these are spoilers. So like I said, should you see this movie? Yes. All right. You should definitely see this movie. Now, you missed it over the weekend, and that's well and good. It's probably going to have some legs on it. It is good. I may go ahead and see this again. So why should I see this movie is the question I have here. So here's what I have for you. Because even though Superman is all powerful in this universe as well, it seems to me throughout this movie, he is attempting to control or temper that ultimate power that he has with his sense of righteousness, which is 100% on brand for Superman, and with humility, which is also on brand. So you're going to hear people saying, "Oh, this is a new way. This is different. This is strange in some way," but it's really not. It's quite on brand. And I will say there's also word going around that the movie is not quote unquote woke. In this movie, there was like one little blurb, but this is no more than any other movie that's come out in the past probably 10 years. All right. The other reason I think you should see this movie is because even though I watch a lot of people on YouTube. So even if the geeks and the nerds hate it, your kids are going to love it. And if you're going into this with an open mind and you just want to see a good popcorn movie, a good Superman movie, I think you're going to like it too. I really do believe that. And I'll tell you a few things here finally as I wrap it up here. In my personal opinion, the dog and Clark's parents are the absolute best parts of this movie. So go out and see it. Please comment. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about my thoughts. Do you think I'm crazy? Do you agree with me? Feel free to come back and comment. And of course, if you like what you've heard here, please hit the like button and subscribe if you want to stay in tune. All right, so that's it for the Muy Macho today. And I will talk to you soon. And we'll see you down the road there. All right, take it easy. Later. Bye.